primeramente déjenme decirles de que esta serie de videos que voy a hacer a continuación relacionados a este Mercedes ya los tengo en español y es por eso que los voy a hacer en inglés. First of all, guys, let me say thanks for being here, watching my videos, and people have been asking for this kind of video in English. I already have it in Spanish, so I will make it on English. This is a series of 3 videos related to this 1999 Mercedes. And why I'm going to make 3 videos related to this car and not only one? Here is why. Sometimes you just need to reupholster the headliner. And sometimes the headliner is in good condition and you need to reupholster the sunroof panel. And the sunroof panel sometimes is in good condition, the headliner too, and you just need to wrap the quarter panel, the rear quarter panel. So that's why I'm going to make 3 videos related to this 1999 Mercedes. Something that you have to keep in mind when it's a Mercedes. First of all, it's a Mercedes, and even the car is sold, but the part must be expensive in case if you break a plastic. And sometimes when you are trying to remove those clips, might break, and if that is the case, you have to buy a new one. So just be careful. Make sure that you have the right tool before you start junking apart. And what other thing that I was going to mention? Oh, if you are going to make a headliner for a customer, make sure to check everything. You see, here is the headliner, and you can see how it is right there. It is coming apart. The front section of that headliner is coming apart. You can see him on there. The whole front and the side panel, the side too. And look at the sunroof panel. To recover the sunroof panel, it is not necessary to remove the headliner. It is not necessary. You just can take them apart, and I will show you in a different video how you can do that. Always make sure it's working. The sunroof panel closed and open without any problem, and the light too. Make sure those lights are working correctly. I check it in front of the customer because you don't want to have any issue with those things later. Remember, the car is sold. This car is 1999. Those plastic might be toasted, and some of them are already broken. If you are making a headliner for your own, you must know that kind of thing already. Sometimes customers know that some parts are not working properly, and when the headliner is done and you tell them that it was like that, some customers say no, it wasn't like that. This car was in good condition, and they made you buy the part that it was broken, and you have to buy it because you don't want to have that kind of issue with the customer. So that's what I say, check everything. Look at this quarter panel. I will show you in a different video how you can reupholster that part. You can use vinyl to wrap these pieces and sway or headliner material. The headliner material is a 1/8 of an inch thickness, and I'm going to use that one. If you're going to use sway for this kind of headliner, it looks so beautiful with sway. Yes, you have to spend time cleaning because sway, it doesn't come with backing. Or if you're going to use vinyl or leather, the cleaning process, you have to spend time in the cleaning process because any little residues or old material in there, you will be able to see it, that bump or that dent through the vinyl, through the leather. Sway is faster and easier, and it looks nice. Headliner material is faster and easy, and it looks nice. So I'm going to show you how you can wrap this, how you can reupholster this headliner in a series of 3 videos. And let's start. And I'm going to start with the sunroof panel. Like I said before, to reupholster this sunroof panel, it is not necessary to remove the whole headliner on this kind of car. Most of the car that have a sunroof panel, it is not necessary to remove the headliner. On this one, I will remove the headliner because I'm going to reupholster the headliner. So that's what I'm going to remove, but it's not necessary in case you're going to remove the sunroof panel. And first I'm going to remove this plastic, that black plastic. Be careful with that plastic because most of the time it's toasted. I'm going to use a door panel click removal. That's the name of that tool. But you can use any flat screwdriver. You will be able to remove it with that tool too. And I had this plastic, and you can see it is out easily. To put it back, it is almost the same thing. It had like some little plastic in there that when you push it will lock through that metal. So with that plastic out, I'm going to start removing the side. On the side, this sunroof had a screw. First, right here is a rubber. You have to remove that rubber. The function of that rubber is to prevent, in case if you left this sunroof all the way up, the water is not going through inside. It's not going through. That's the purpose of that gasket in there. And you can see it is easy. Just pull it a little bit. Don't make too much pressure on it, because remember that those parts are all. Just pull it and you see, and it is out. And you will see 3 screws that you have to remove. You see those click in there? Just make sure to put them exactly how you remove it. It had three little click, so make sure to put it back. In case if I don't show you something on this video, when you are taking them apart, you will be able to see it. It is hard for me to show you everything because I am holding the camera, then I am working on this, removing those screws. See that gasket is the same thing. I pull it from the top first, 3 click, and then you pull, and this is out. Now I'm going to start removing those 3 screws. And there are the screws. Those 3 that are the one where you have to remove it. And you can remove it using a screw gun, wireless, or you can remove it by hand. If you don't have experience doing this thing, I recommend you to do everything by hand. Don't use a power tool. It is not necessary, especially if you don't have experience doing it. I'm using a power tool because it is faster for me and easier. So I'm done removing those 3 screws on one side and 3 screws on the other side, and now I'm going to remove this glass. So at this point, I forgot to mention this. At this point, the key, it has to be out of the ignition. Remove the key. So there is that channel right there. That part is the one where you have to remove it, and it is so easy to do it. I'm going to put the camera right here. I think you can see right there, and just lift. You see how easy it is? On this kind of car, it is so easy, guys. There is no way how you can confuse, how you can, on this kind of car. There are a lot of different models of Mercedes that are hard to remove. You have to have like a certain experience removing those sunroof panels. And now, you see the part is out. I start removing the old material. But you see, I'm removing the material, but some remaining of the old foam, old backing, is still in the board of fiberglass. Be careful, you're going to remove this plastic because it's easy to break. I am using a staple puller, and just put a little under there and start making a little bit of pressure. See, and it's coming out a little by little. That part is out. See? And it didn't break. So I'm just removing this. And removing the whole material. After I remove the vinyl, because it looks like a vinyl, the one where you have it on top, I removed a staple. The customer puts on a staple. And I know why he put those staples in there. Because the vinyl was coming down, and the only way how he can hold it was with the staple. I am removing those staples, and after I've done those staples, I have to remove the rest of the old material. You can sand it, but this is the easy way how you can do it. Some headliner you can do this. See, there is the font, and that font have backing in there, and you can see I peel that part, and then you just can get a rag with soap or gasoline and clean that part. Make sure to clean it good with soap. I'm going to use air. I just put air with a lot of pressure on it. And at this point, I might remove those plastic panels that are in there. See those one? If I remove those one because are so toasted, might break. I don't want to take that risk, so I'm not going to remove it. And those one are not expensive, believe me. If you can buy those one, if you had those one brand new, you can remove it. But I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to remove it because I haven't broke some of those one before, and I prefer doing this way. And I just put glue. I am using a glue gun with air. If you don't have a glue gun, you have to do all this manually. How you will do manually? You go buy the glue in any place where they sell like upholstery supplies, and then you go to any Home Depot, Lowe's, and buy the brush, and you start putting glue by hand a little by little. That's the other way how you can do it in case if you don't have a glue gun. So I put glue in there, and you saw me putting glue, and I don't want to leave like any spot without glue. I want to make sure to cover that material with glue, and you can see him on there. It is easy and faster using a glue gun. I just cleaning this plastic with you can clean it with lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner is awesome cleaning plastic. Just don't use it on leather or fabric because sometimes you might fade the material. And then after I clean it and put glue, you see I start rubbing, put the material on top and I start rubbing. Don't use your finger, just use the palm of your hand to do it. Then you get like a flat screwdriver and using a spatula, just making sure the material get inside that plastic. And you see me with my finger, I just mark where do I have to cut it. I don't cut it on top of the mark. I cut it like a half inch away from that mark, half inch in. If you have to cut it more, you can cut it more, but go a little by little. Don't cut it at one time because you can fail. If that is too long, it's not a big deal. You cannot cut it more. But if it is too short, you might have to replace that part with a new one, and unglue it and cut a new material and put it back with glue. You see me? I just trim a little bit more and putting a little by little in there. That's the way. And be careful right there. Be careful. One guy told me in Spanish, because this video had been on Spanish for a long time ago. He told me, why you don't buy a new part? Why you don't remove that part and buy a new part? Yeah, he's right. But if I buy that part, the customer will pay me the whatever money it cost me. No, some customers even don't want to spend money on headliner. They want everything cheaper. Imagine if I thought, oh, this part costs $75 and I add those $75 to the bill, they're not going to accept it. Some of them, they say, oh, can you buy me this part and buy this part? I don't like because it's different. It looks at different color, and some customers pay and some customers don't pay. Believe me. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I don't want to put money out of my pocket. If the customer want to pay me, I know I don't want to spend money on part. So that guy told me that in my Spanish video, and I do it this way. Sometimes I put a hot air in there and I remove those plastic, especially when the car is new. Those plastic are not toasted. Even when I am making pressure on there, I feeling the noise that is going, feeling like if it's going to crack that part. Going to break it, but just be careful on that part. Be careful. You see that part is in, and it is not a big deal. And it's not a big deal. You see, it's almost in. Will be so easier by removing that part. And that is done. That's one side is done. And you can see both sides are done. So now just flip it over, and I'm going to put glue. The glue that I'm using is called land down glue. It's an excellent glue, especially for trimmer. And right here I cut them exactly around the edge. I don't give it nothing extra on the back and on the side, but on the front I will give it like 3/4 of an inch extra because I have to fold it. And I put that plastic on the side because it was coming apart. And you see me now gluing that part. Now I just made that hole. You can cut exactly around the edge on that part in there, and it's not going to be a big deal. And I put the plastic on top, and I put the other black plastic under. If you notice that you have to trim a little bit more, just do it. The most important thing is that plastic in there getting exactly inside the hole. And the plastic in there, and I'm going to put the other plastic. And you will hear the click. When you hear the click, that means both plastic are grabbed together. So now I'm just going to clean this part, and basically the wrapping process or the reupholstery process of this sunroof panel is done. So what should I use to clean in case if you put glue in there? You can use a lacquer thinner, minimum possible, or you can use gasoline, the cheapest gasoline, or which other like acetona. You can use acetona just to in case if you put glue on that plastic. And you can see him on there. That sunroof panel is done, so now it is time to put them on. Because I am showing you how you can reupholster the sunroof panel, I'm going to put them on. And you just make sure, before you go to put the sunroof panel, make sure to put some WD-40, some degreaser on the rail or where the sunroof go, because you can do it now, and it is easier to do it now because that's the glass is out. If you don't have experience doing this kind of job, get some help. You see, I put it WD-40, and that helped a lot. Now I just put this panel inside. See how easy it is? And make sure move back and forth. Now I just put the glass. There is no way how you can confuse, put it backward like at the front, put them on the back. No, it's no way. This only going in one way. So after I put the glass, now I'm going to put 6 screws, 3 on the driver's side and 3 on the passenger side. When you are putting those screws, you will be able to see the mark of the washes. Make sure to put exactly the washer cover that mark, because if it doesn't cover the old mark where the screw was, you might have to adjust the glass, but that's not a big deal. Just make sure to put the washer, the washer cover the old mark. And I am putting the other side. So now it is time to put this black plastic in there. Just remember, how did you remove it? That's all. Remember. In case if you think you are not going to remember, make sure to check, take some photo before you start junking apart. And that plastic is in. And make sure it's going back and going forward. See, it is working. And there is the sunroof panel. I didn't show you on the video how you can put the rubber in there, but it is easier to put them on. So this sunroof panel, it is done, and you can see them on there. In order to reupholster the sunroof panel, like I said before, it is not necessary to remove the whole headliner. No, it is not necessary. So, and there it's working. I made this video in English because a lot of people were asking me through Facebook Messenger to make it in English. And here it is. It is in English. And if you enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button. Any question, leave it in the comment section of this video. Thank you so much, guys, and see you in the next video. This is a Mercedes 1999.